Good morning, Standard 5 students. In this today we will revise chapter 2, sense organs, nervous system. Let us start with the sense organs. What are sense organs? Sense organs make us aware of the world around. Without sense organs we cannot feel anything about what is surrounding us. Eyes, ears, nose, tongue and skin are our 5 sense organs, and we will discuss one by one about these sense organs. So first let us start with eyes. The eyes are our very important sense organ. They set in the bony sockets in the skull. We know the eyes are set in the bony sockets in the skull. They are further protected by eyelids and eyelashes, which keep the eyes clean and dust free. Eyelashes and eyelid protect our eyes from dust and other things to enter in our eyes. Every time we blink, our eyes get cleaned. The eyes and the brain together help us to see. The sense optic nerves take the message from the eyes to the brain, and it enables us to see. So, let us see about the components of eye. Anatomically, the eye comprises of two components, external components and internal components. In the external components, sclera, conjunctiva, cornea, iris, pupil. Internal components include lens, retina, optic nerve, aqueous humor and vitreous humor. So, let us discuss about the components of the eye. You can see this picture, the external components are shown here. The external components are, you can see here, the external components are eyelid, you can see the eyelid that covers our eyes here, and after that you can see pupil, that is a black dot in the middle of the iris. Iris is the round, big round in the eyes, in the middle of the eyes, and sclera is the white part of the eye. And in the internal structures we will see about the internal structure. First let us discuss about the external component of the eye. Sclera. The sclera is the white part of the eye. The white part in the eye is known as sclera. Now cornea. In the front portion of the eye there is a circular transparent area called cornea. Light enters the eye through the cornea. The cornea serves as protective covering for the front of the eye and it also helps to focus light on the retina at the back of the eye. So, cornea is the outermost covering that is transparent, that allows the light to enter the eyes. After that, let us see about next component, pupil. After passing through the cornea, light travels through the pupil, the black dot in the middle of the eye. Just we have seen the iris. It is actually an opening in the center of the iris that lets light into the eye. The iris allows more light into the eye, enlarging or dilating the pupil when the environment is dark and allows less light into the eye, shrinking or constricting the pupil when the environment is bright. That means iris is the muscle that controls the size of the pupil according to the amount of light. If light is very bright, then it becomes small in size, and if light is very dim, then it becomes bigger in size, so that more light can enter to view the things properly. When the environment is bright, thus the pupil dilates and constricts like the aperture of a camera lens as the amount of light in the immediate surrounding changes. So, like the aperture of the camera, this pupil is also increasing and decreasing in size according to the amount of light. Now, about the iris. Iris is a circular colored area of the eye that surrounds the pupil and controls the amount of light that enters the eye. So, iris is the muscle that controls the amount of light that enters the eye through the pupil. It determines the eye color also. In some people it is blue color, some grey, some just black color, white color. So, lens. Now, lens. Behind the iris sits the lens. By changing its shape, the lens focuses light onto the retina through the action of small muscles called the ciliary muscles. The lens becomes thicker to focus on nearby objects and thinner to focus on distant objects. So, the size of the lens that focuses the images to light on the retina, it is just controlled by the ciliary muscles. Now retina. The retina contains the cells that sense light, that means it has light sensitive cells, photoreceptors and the blood vessels that nourish them, that receives the light, and images are formed on the retina. Now optic nerves. So each photoreceptor is linked to a nerve fiber, that means the light sensitive cells present in the retina, they are connected to the nerve. The nerve fibers from the photoreceptors are bundled together to form the optic nerve. These all nerve fibers together form optic nerve. The optic disc, the first part of the optic nerve is at the back of the eye. Optic nerves carry messages to the brain. The brain understands and tells us what you have seen. That means the optic nerve sends the message to the brain and then we can see the images. You can see in this picture very nicely all the part is given here. You can see the iris in this picture. Here you can see iris, the muscle, the red color it is shown, muscle that controls the size of the pupil. Here it is black dot like pupil, and this is lens. And cornea, you can see the outermost transparent covering is cornea, and both side you can see conjunctiva, and ciliary body is also there that controls the lens and that focuses the light on the retina. And you can see arteries and veins are present here that gives supply the blood to the eye. Retina is also there. Retina is the light sensitive part. Photoreceptors are present here, and you can see optic nerve is here. Optic nerve take the message to the brain so that we can see. So this is all about the internal structure of the eye. Now we will discuss about ears. The structure of the ears also help us to keep our balance. Beside listening, the ear help us to balance our body also. The structure can be divided into three parts: outer ear, middle ear and inner ear. So let us start with outer ear. The outer ear consists of pinna, an approximately 2 cm long ear canal. It collects the sound and sends to the middle ear. So you can see pinna, that is the outer ear. In this pinna, the sound, it collects the sound and then sound goes to the ear canal. In this picture it is very clear, the all three parts. The middle ear is an air filled cavity that consists of an eardrum and three tiny interconnected bones, the hammer, anvil and stirrup. It is very clear in this picture. All the parts are very clear, you can see nicely. In the middle ear you can see here the pinna, ear canal, and outer ear you can understand here hammer also. So these are in the pinna and ear canal is in the outer ear. After that, middle ear you can see hammer, anvil and stirrup. These bones are present here. In the inner ear, now we will see what are there in the inner ear. So let us see about the inner ear. The inner ear consists of cochlea, the semicircular canals and the auditory nerve. So let us see the previous picture, in that it is very clear. In this you can see inner ear. In the inner ear you can see very clearly here auditory nerve is present. You can see here auditory nerve, cochlea is there, and here inner ear it is semicircular canals are there. Here these semicircular canals. All these structures are in the ear. Auditory nerves take the message to the brain. Let us see about the function of the ear. So inner ear consists of cochlea, the semicircular canals and the auditory nerves. So let us see about the function of the inner ear. When sound enters the middle ear, it causes the eardrum to vibrate. Function: the nerves present in the inner ear pick up these vibrations and carry them as message to the brain. The brain then help us to recognize the sound. So when sound enters, it causes eardrum. The vibration of the eardrum reaches the inner ear, and auditory nerve speaks this vibration and gives the message to the brain, and we can hear the sound. Now next, nose. The next sense organ is nose. So our nose enables us to smell and breathe. The nerves inside the nose pick up the smell, convert it to message and carry it to the brain. The brain recognizes the message and help us to know the smell. So olfactory nerves are present in the nose. They take the message from the olfactory nerve, take the message to the brain, and brain recognizes the smell, and we can think about the different types of smell. You can see our nose, it is the structure. This is the internal structure. You can see here olfactory bulb is there, olfactory tract is there, and olfactory nerves are also present here. These nerves take the message to the brain and we can hear the sound. Now about the next sense organ, that is tongue. The tongue helps us to taste and speak also. The tongue helps you to taste and speak. There are taste buds on the tongue which can sense sweet, sour, salty and bitter, 4 types of taste measure. The taste buds are joined to the nerves. When we place food in the mouth, the taste buds sense the taste. The nerves carry it as a message to the brain. The brain recognizes the message and help to know the taste of the things. So, thousands of taste buds are present on the tongue and the nerves are connected to these taste buds and they take the message to the brain and we can find out the taste. You can see the taste buds on the tongue. This is the structure of a tongue. You can see here different color it is shown about the different taste buds: bitter, sour, salty and sweet taste. That is the 4 major taste we can feel. Now next sense organ is our skin. Skin is the largest external organ of the human body. It has millions of tiny nerve endings. The skin helps us to sense pain and temperature, hot and cold, and feel all the things. Pores on the surface of the skin allow some of our body waste to come out as sweat also. So it is the largest external organ and the sense organ also. You can see the structure of skin here. It has hair also, you know, the hair. Small short here we have, and after that you can see here sweat glands are present here, hair follicle. Oil glands are also present in the skin that makes our skin oily. Blood vessels are also there, arteries and veins present that supply the blood to the skin. This is the structure of a skin. Now thank you students, we will meet in the next class again. Thank you all of you.